Hello, this is Derek as well, Chief Investment Officer for Shelton Capital Management with a Shelton CIO Minute. After spending the last couple of weeks touring the world's financial markets, this week we're going to return back to home and talk about the US market. Now, I don't have a whole lot more to add about yesterday's Fed meeting that anyone else hasn't already said, but what I'd like to do is put that Fed meeting in context of our US market activity so far this year. Now, the US market has been strong, just like markets around the rest of the world. The S&P now up about 9% year to date, led primarily by the tech-heavy NASDAQ, which is up almost twice that much. Most of this move has been related to interest rates. Not necessarily that interest rates are going down, because they really haven't. I mean, the 10-year is off about 50 basis points over the last couple of months, but the 2-year rate, which is more important to equity markets, has been, for the most part, flat since the beginning of October. The real change has been in the uncertainty about interest rates. And this is better measured by what's called the MOVE index. The MOVE index has been in steady decline also since the beginning of October, and particularly in the last couple of weeks, and has now reached levels that are as low as it's been since the Fed's hike cycle began back in March. And what this is telling us is that the market is seeing some relief in the uncertainty about what direction interest rates are going. And the leadership of growth stocks in this equity market tells us that stocks most sensitive to changes in interest rates are feeling this relief, that the Fed is not likely to hike rates much further than anticipated. We're unlikely to see within the foreseeable future a Fed funds rate at 6%. And thus, after taking a beating for the last 12 months, these growth stocks have been shaking off some of these fears. Now, as a relief rally, I would encourage investors not to chase it. And that deeper analysis of the economy is really necessary to determine the future direction of our broader equity market. Thanks for your time. If you want further information, please contact your local Shelton Capital representative. This has been a Shelton Capital CIO Minute.